A few months ago, we put a question box outside my office where staff or anyone passing by could drop a question that I would attempt to answer in one of these videos. That was a profoundly courageous act on our part to do so in terms of what questions you get, and certainly we realize who are the jokesters in our midst, but some really good questions came in, so I just wanted to answer a few of them here on the video today. First one is, who is your favorite father of the church and why? When we think of the early church fathers, we see them as transitional figures between the time of the New Testament and really the emergence of the church in those first centuries. And their theology, their spirituality was foundational for understanding the Catholic faith and passing it on. One of my favorite fathers of the church is Saint Irenaeus. He was the Bishop of Lyon in France in the early centuries of the church, at a time of dramatic growth of the church and many conversions. He states things beautifully, and I think I just like the beauty of his spirituality. He said, the glory of God is man fully alive. And another quote from him that really strikes me, and it's quoted in the Catechism, that God gives us this time on earth for us to become accustomed to God and for God to really enter into our life. That in a sense, this is an over-personalization perhaps, but that God and us become comfortable with each other because we hope to spend eternity with God. So there's this intimacy, there's this depth in the spiritual writings of Saint Irenaeus. But I love that the glory of God is man fully alive in Christ and fully who we are called to be. Next one is, if someone was to start reading the Bible, where should they start and why? I always suggest starting with Mark's gospel. So start with one of the gospels, which is the narrative of the life, death, and resurrection of Christ. Start with Mark. It's the shortest and perhaps the simplest. And I'd say read it through sequentially. So even if you just read one paragraph or even a few sentences a day, just read one of the gospels all the way through so that you get the whole narrative. Start with Mark. It's simple. Pray over what you read. Ask the Lord what it is that he's saying to you in the power of his word. But the Gospels are the great beginning of our faith.